2 races in 1 day, you say? Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go and do this one. This is some practice for uh, where we're actually at in this tournament. So I thought, you know what? Let's hop in and do this. There we go. Already up. There's 4 of us in here. Make sure everything looks good on this end. I think so. All right. Okay. There's, like I said, 4 of us. The last one's going to ready up in a few seconds, and we're probably just going to be diving right into this. So. Alright, that's funny. Alright, here comes the countdown. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Alright. Well, let's see how this one treats us. Ugh. Okay. That was red crystal. Now I'm forgetting. I think it was a desert or Hera. I don't know. We'll look in a minute. Because now I gotta look at it again. We're gonna get the bad tree pull. Good start. Whatever. Let's do it one more time. Yep, okay. Hera. Desert. Eastern. That's what it was. Good. Got our bombs for later. We're doing the escape dive, though. Leave me alone. Alright, so getting something early in here would be wonderful. That's not what I had in mind. Be a little bit careful going down here. Good room. Little safety, plus it takes 4 hits of the sword away. Because we're probably just going to save and quit out of here anyway. Yeah, alright, so there's still a small key left over somewhere. But we'll go to Sank now and see if it's here. Oh, bottle. Okay. Alright. Let's see what the real true pull is supposed to be. It's all arrows. Ha! That's funny. Alright. You'll love to see it. Back off. Dumb bird. Yeah, just... I'd get enough money in the village anyway, but whatever. Alright, that's nice. I'll take the bomb. Whatever. Alright, let's see what we get here because I want some good direction. Mountain access would be nice if I can get to Hera, but we might just get Dark World access early. That would be kind of cool too. Really want to hope to avoid Eastern and Desert in this one. Money. Well, so far, nothing amazing. Really has not been a great village. Wow. Kind of gross. So the biggest thing the Fire Rod unlocks right now is just going to Dark Cross, which maybe that's what the Seed wants me to do at some point. We'll see if we get anything over here. Okay, so Quake's at the library. That's good to know. We got a lot of stuff to check other than this. Oh, God. Of course. Every single time you scout it, there's something there. And I'm not going to get upset about a hammer. That's really good, but... dumb. Alright. I glitched out the music again. That's always fun when you do that. Nice garbage check. I hit the button, sort of, but apparently walked away before I actually grabbed it. That's bad. Ugh. Okay, well, the well was complete trash. Let's do this garbage check. Alright, well, that gives us Zora money, which isn't really in logic yet without at least a glove. But good to know. Let's go take a quick scout at the desert ledge, and then we'll go back over to Mini Moldworm. Okay. That was fair. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Just take the poke. There we go. Alright, give me something good in here. Okay. Here's nice. Doesn't really do anything directly for me immediately. Not until we get actual access to the mountain. Excuse me, get out of my way. Okay. Strong likelihood that that's required, and that's vanilla, which is really funny. Alright. Got it. So this is kind of a feels bad fake flipper. It's only because I have the money for Zora that I just want to maybe get it out of the way. But I can also at least get the item off of Hobo. We can't do Waterfall Cave without a Moon Pearl though, so unless the Moon Pearl happens to be here and this is actually flipper locked, the likelihood is very low. Oh, he wanted it. But it's one of those where I'm here. Oh my god. Okay, so we have an out of logic glove that we just got. Okay, that's not right either. Can we get the correct... There we go. That's really good. But I gotta keep in mind that that is not in logic at all. So we don't want to make any rash decisions. Wow. Okay. Wow. So we know where the hook shot is. We have a piece to that puzzle. But we need the flippers, which the flippers put a glove and a hook shot in logic. Well, once we get the Dark World access for the hook shot. That is pretty crazy. So knowing the glove's not in logic, there's two places that I want to check after this. The Sage's Closet is a big deal. I want to go there and maybe dip into Eastern. Oh. Okay. I am not going to the Dark World yet. We are way out of logic of what the Dark World is. We just completely got out of logic Dark World access. That's crazy. Okay. So the flippers will put everything we currently have right back in. And it would also give us access to the hook shot. So the flippers have got to be somewhat early. I'm thinking they're either here or they're in Escape or maybe even the front of Eastern. So I'm incentivized to definitely look for these. Because I don't want to wait too long for that. And if I find them here, I don't think we go into Eastern because we have so much other stuff open. Okay, that's our first glove. Now that puts Dark World in logic. Okay. That's technically our first glove. So let's go here. We're going to get that hook shot. So the mitts are what's not in logic right now, but the first glove in the Moon Pearl is... Ice. Turtle Rock? That's horrible. Everything else is just a regular crystal. Alright. I want to keep track of when I get back into logic with certain things, just because... So I don't have... Actually, I can't get that hook shot. We don't have flippers. Duh. At least not yet. Okay. Okay. Alright. So with this information... we're going to do these checks on the way. And what we're going to end up doing is we'll head into Thieves Town soon. Okay. Alright, we might as well bring the Smith up and do Hammer Peg, and then we can go Village of Outcasts into Thieves. That'll get us everything except for Purple Chest in this area, basically. I do need to remember to activate the flute, though, but I can do that after Thieves Town. Vanilla Sword. Alright, nothing there. There they are. Alright, so we have a hook shot that we can grab. We are now back in Logic. It would be a really good idea to get that hook shot before I go up the mountain too, because I can use it to Harapot. So we'll activate the flute and then grab it. And then we'll go up, and we can always come back and get into Skull Woods real fast. So we'll wait on that. Yeah. Everything dropping bombs. Give me a little shove. I just realized I have had no items in here, so we got all 4 dungeon items in the front. That's pretty rare. You know, I was gonna say, just that guy can F off for a minute. It'd be nice if one of these items was actually worth it. It's gonna be all trash, isn't it? My luck. Pegged me as a fan of the hammer. Okay. Wow, it was all trash. Alright. Well, it's done. Alright. We're gonna grab our hook shot and go up the mountain. Oh, you know what? We're gonna check. While we're here, let's also check Waterfall Cave. Because that would be bad to skip that in case there's actually something good inside of it. Alright. So I think we'll just clear out here. Probably a smart decision at this point. We could technically clear out... Ugh. Ice is possible. I want to wait a little bit on that. Swamp is also accessible. Should probably do that. We also just... I'm gonna do everything on the mountains, so let's see what this gets us first. Alright. Might as well make life a little bit easier. Ugh. Alright, there's an item in the basement, of course. The only saving grace we have is that we at least have the mirror to get out of there quicker. I missed. Come on. There we go. Good. Alright, what's item 1? Nothing amazing. Alright. Got a little break here while we wait for this to happen. Drink him if you got him. It was a unique item. Okay, our first medallion. That's actually a really good one to find because that'll make ice a little bit easier to clear. Because I do want to check that out soon. Would really love to see some Mario show up. Alright. Mushroom. Other boomerang. Okay. This Molten. Alright, just bombs there. We're gonna open up this portal. I mean, if it's Bombos, I might as well open it, but we're not gonna be able to go in anyway, and we're hoping we don't need to at all, because it's Pendant TR, and screw that. We're gonna hope it's not something we need to do. Naturally, Bombos opens it. That's wonderful. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Alright, let's find out what's on the rest of this area. And then we'll piece out of here and get some dungeons cleared out. A book? Okay. Well, that might make me check something real quick before we piece off the mountain. Nice. Alright, I was hoping to find that. That just made ice a whole lot nicer. Especially if I go and get, if we go and get a potion. And I could turn in that mushroom when I do. Alright. Alright, let's go to Swamp? Yeah. Just there's more item checks. There's definitely a lot of stuff we're missing. We need... I still haven't done the back of Escape yet, have I? Alright. That's kind of a possible mistake. I'm not even going in the Dark World. What am I doing? Come on. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's continue this. Because we could definitely beat these dungeons, and then we'll look at Escape if we don't get what we need after all this stuff. Because we have 3 crystal dungeons that we can complete with what we have. Lots of money. Alright, what do we got down here? That's 2 items. That's pretty good. So I'm hoping that the rest of them are going to be in the back. So far, so good. Ah! Hi, Austin. You're a day early for any beta updates. Come on. Oh, man, this is really good. I might get all the items doing this route. It'd be pretty hot. Yeah. But that's if they do a 1 week cycle. Do they sometimes do longer cycles with the first couple betas? Of course, you also install a developer one. I would never. I would wait for public, but that's you. All right, hold on. Whatever. Okay. Let's just not die. Last item? No. I don't really want to go back in for one, but I'm going to do it while I'm here. No, I didn't get a chance to watch it. It was kind of late when you sent it to me. If I remember, I'll try to take a look at it later. And today I've been doing a couple, like earlier this morning, I did a race at like 9 a.m. and I'm doing another one now. Just been having a little bit of fun. The movie icon changed? Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I've seen some of the little, like, some of the images of some of the icons and stuff like that. And I don't know. It doesn't bother me. As long as I can tell what it is. Alright, I have a feeling this check isn't going to pay off, but I don't want to come back here if this ends up being correct. I just hope it's not in that chest right there, because then we have to walk all the way back. I'm hoping it's just over here on the left. It's something. I mean, the other thing too to remember is early betas, they sometimes revert those changes or change them again with a lot of feedback, so... I mean, if people don't like it, they should say something about it. They might actually make a change. Great. Well, the big key... Well, the big key could be in its own chest, honestly, so it might be here. Nah. Make me go all the way back. What does liquid glass remind you of? Stop it. Paint swatches. Well, that was a waste of a few minutes. Unfortunate. Alright, we're going to do a quick Bombos check, and then I think we're going to do the back of Escape real quick because I didn't do it, and then we'll go into Ice. I have this weird suspicion about Escape because we kind of skipped it. Whoa! Nice fake out. The single arrow. Alright. Thank you. I'm trying to remember, I don't think we've seen the key, so the key could be in Darkross. Yeah. That'd be best scenario. But if the key's back here, then we'll go to Darkross from the back. That was the one thing I was hoping was not going to be here, were boots. Damn it. That sucks just because that just the movement's so much better now. Really was hoping that they weren't there and be there, and I had this feeling that something was in the back. And I'm mad about it. That's good to have. That makes ice a lot easier, so I can't even complain too much. Alright, we're going to check this one spot, then we're going to go to ice. Funny. Come on. Stupid floor. Yeah, I mean, you get way more obsessed about wallpapers and stuff. Half the time I use my own wallpaper. I don't use any of the ones they have, so I don't really care. Like, I don't know. Too much? Yeah, I thought so. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the wallpapers are cool, but they're not going to be what sells me anything. I've used some of them, and then I switch them up every now and then. Sure, no big key yet. That's our third item. Let's go to the boss. Okay. So I'm thinking after this we do Skullwoods first. And then we will consider doing Red Bomb, but I want to beat the dungeons first. I also need to actually go see what opens up Mire, because there's a possibility we could beat that already. Which then would leave us to be in, like, bow mode. Nice. Okay. So reminiscent of earlier. Okay. Yo, splash damage for the win here. Nice. That's one. We need a key, so we're gonna hope that's over here. No, that's just the second item, so we're out. Alright. What's also good about this is that if I cannot go into Mire, I can look at Green Pendant Desert. Beautiful. So we're probably going to take the risk. And do Lampless Mire. I'm not a huge fan of this at all, but it's what we got. Crazy that I have no safeties. Dude, so much damage for no reason. Where are you gonna go? There we go. Alright, this is gonna suck. The other thing I'm worried about is we have TR open, mostly. We're still missing that lamp as well. I might just, I think what I want to do is desert. Okay. That's good. I don't even have that. Okay. We needed that. Now the question is, Can I be good enough today to finish this lampless? And I think we can. There it is. If I can get through this room, then I'm golden. Beautiful. Nice. Whew. Let's get a little bit extra there. And then we'll have this equipped just in case. No unnecessary hits, please. Ah, wasn't high enough. Perfect. Woo! Alright. All we gotta do is go mode pod. Call it macOS Water. I mean, kind of has a similar effect, right? Alright. I'll be here for a little while. Let's find out if the big key just happens to be over here. That could be fun. Oh, I need the bombs out. Forgot, I wasn't here yet. Hey, look, the big key. I mean, this is probably a small, so we don't... Oh, no, it's not. Whatever. Alright, we're going to the boss. The true go mode of Pod. We'll take some of the arrow refills. Alright. That was a nice quick pod. Didn't even have the decency to put an item on the boss. It gave me nothing. That's kind of funny. Okay. Well, let's go to GT. So this is pretty good. We didn't set foot in any of the pendant dungeons. That's always feels pretty good. Now, we're only on Master Sword Silverless right now, but we're going to have some faith that something shows up in GT. quick small. Beautiful. Alright, sword's good. Even better would be if the seed wants to grace another bow at me in here. Alright, no biggie. Got a little premature there with my item switching. Ooh. You missed me. Alright, randomize a room for the rescue. Let's go. Perfect. Let's see if we get a bonus in here. A key's good. Nope. Alright. We'll check for silvers as we go upstairs, but there's a good chance they're not here, but who knows? I'm super happy that the seed gave me tempered, though. Come on. God, these spikes, what? They've been trolling me so hard lately. Alright. Good enough. You and your wallpaper. Okay. There we go. Ooh, dodge that. That laser almost got me in the face. Like that one did. Ooh, another dodge. Ah, that was not good. I'm gonna get hit. Shit. Okay. We're not gonna risk it. Thank you. We have half magic, so we can kind of... It'd be nice if we actually hit them, though, when we do that. Nice. Okay. Good. Alright. That's really nice. Okay. Alright. Moldworm. This is the second time today Moldworm's knocked me off right there. Safeties equals cheating? What safeties? What safeties do you see? Unless you're talking about the bottle, then yeah, sure. When I think safeties, I think Cape, and I think Burna, and neither one of those existed. I also want to point out no lamp. I have no idea where it is. Who needs it? How are you doing, Scalar? There was a stepladder, God, open seed earlier, and then they did a pickup Swords Assured today. And so I was like, alright, I'll jump into this. I had some time. And this one's been pretty good. I have no... I got out of logic a little bit in the very beginning. Oh, that's a triple! Okay, one more. I got out of... Oh, this was a nice lineup if I needed more than one hit on him. Fake Flipper got the hammer off Hobo. And then Moon Pearl was on Zora. No, I got a glove off Hobo, and the Moon Pearl was on Zora, which gave me Dark World access, but it was all flippers locked. And then I found another glove at in Saha's closet. So then I was just mitts out of logic, but the flippers were just sitting in Village of Outcasts, so it wasn't anything like crazy. I need 3 more hits on him. There. Alright. Let's take it safe. It's like, why couldn't I get a tournament seed like this? Both times, my actual my actual seed with my mentor, and also the actual, like the practice seed and the actual one, we had like super late hook shot, and that was annoying as hell. In your tower, really? Really? Alright, that's fine. Okay. Really? I'm just missing that by a slight amount. Ooh. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm not gonna get him at all here. Oh, I got him there. Okay. That's the only problem with not having lamp, is that it's much harder to get torch glitch in these cases. Holy crap. Worst Ganon fight ever. Thank God. I don't think there was a triple there. Alright. Well, one person had to drop out, and out of the 3 people who are finished, I came in first. 1:28:51 is the official time. Nah, DJ, I did get a triple at one point. Thanks for the GGs, guys. I got the triple at some point, but it happened earlier. I was struggling with that one. I mean, that's just not a good scenario to begin with, just because as soon as you miss torch glitch, it sucks. But that's alright. We'll just fast forward through this. I have literally no clue where that lamp is. I full cleared everything except until I got... Once I got through Mire, the bow was on cutscene chest. And then I was like, well, if I could do the Mire Dark Rooms, then I'm just going to do Pod Dark, and I don't really care what this thing is. And I got through the Mire Dark Rooms and did a Master Sword Vidikill. And I was like, well, we're good. I found Tempered in GT. I guess Silvers were there too. They were probably behind Ice Most, or even better, they could have been on Tile Room. Or Bob's chest. That's all I had left open. Or the big chest. One of those things. I wasn't going there, though. So, yeah, the only bow out in the wild besides GT was Cutscene Chest and Mire, which was fun. So, not a super nice layout of things. Also, I was worried that I was going to get smoked by at least somebody, because I ended up having so much shit to do. I get Dark World access and stuff like that. I had so much stuff to do. I never went and did Back of Escape, and the boots were there, and I didn't get them until pretty late. Like, you'll see the time in a little bit, but so I really thought when I was late to the boots, and the boots opened up. It did give me 2 items right away, but what were they? It wasn't anything like major. I don't remember. Oh no, it gave me the book, but the book didn't really lead to anything, I don't think. Yeah, the book was in Bonk Rocks, and then, yeah, so the boots I got at like 49 minutes. Book was in Bonk Rocks, and then there was like the bug net was in King's Tomb, so it didn't really do much. But I'm trying to remember, it might have been required. No, I didn't even go in Desert the Seed. I'm thinking of this morning, so I didn't really use them for much. But there you go. 140 for a collection rate, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks like Zaxxerai, who is in here, is fighting Aga 2 right now. He found the lamp. Let's see where Keith is, because if Keith is a little bit further behind, we'll go root him on. Yeah, Keith has just got out of Ice Palace. So here's what we're going to do. Keith has only got 1 person on. He's an emote only, but why don't we get some people over there to root him on? Does that sound good? I'm going to go pop in there and... so he's running this seed now. Alright, let's go check it out and we'll watch the end of his race. So thanks everyone for popping in and saying hi. That'll probably be it for me today, but maybe I'll be back on doing something tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's go raid. Alright, see you guys. Thank you. Adios. Bye.